for 4 singles this time around. That one is short though, and Rohit Sharma is very, very quick to pull that around. There's the man down there at deep square though. I think it's the captain, Aaron Finch.
Yep.
And he will restrict them to 2. They didn't quite get all of it there. It just came onto him a little bit quicker, Rohit, than that awful, half tracker that Zampa bowled off his first ball.
Yeah, kind of.
This one was short, but not as short.
Yeah, it bobbled away, didn't it?
It did.
Give Finch a chance to get around and get it.
Finch, who was round from deep mid-wicket to deep backward square to do the fielding. Adam Zampa just adjusts his headband, flicks the ball from hand to hand. Well, he's being held up at the moment by, is that Dean Gaffney?
Gaffney, isn't it?
It's definitely not Gunnar Gould, because there's a lot more of Gunnar Gould to occupy the TV screen than there is of our friend Chris Gaffney. In comes Zampa, forward it comes Rohit Sharma, and this is away through the covers, but it's straight to Marcus Stoinis at deep extra, and there is 1. So we've had 4 singles and a 2 off this over. It concludes Adam Zampa's over. Real Fred is primed, paused and ready, and here he is.
Dabasish Nath says, excellent commentary, far better as compared to typical arrogant ICC commentators. I'm not sure quite who he's talking about, but thank you
Cheers.
for your comments. And more here from Arthur Shire on Mohammad Shahzad, the Afghan wicketkeeper, who's being sent home. And I think he's now posted a link to the video. And I can't quite tell if that's a mock-up of him crying, but it looks like he's furious. He says he's not injured, even though it looked like he clearly was with his knee injury. So more on that story as it develops. Other than that, we're kind of caught up. It's still a bit like a sausage factory, as I said before, but it's kind of... I haven't even refreshed, so...
Right, well...
I dare not.
You need to refresh.
You need to refresh it.
Very important. Coulter Nile is going to be back into the attack, actually. And this is just dabbed down to 3rd man by Rohit Sharma.
I've refreshed, and messages.
Easy single.
Has said 20-minute lag in tweets. Well, yeah, I'm not pinning this on you. I'm not pinning this on you, Tony. But you did, there was a lag when I sat down. That's all.
I did leave you a legacy of a bit of catching up, didn't he? A legacy of some catching up. 70 without loss. India. Just now, the run rate's up to very close to 5 and over. So they're just starting to feather the accelerator.
Yep. Starting to make a very good platform.
In comes Coulter Nile from the OCS stand, the Vauxhall end. And this is just eased to mid-wicket, and there's no run. 70 without loss. You can drop them in, not Real Fred.
18 for 2, not Sarah, apparently. That's what Leah's just said.
Oh, 18 for 2.
That was only 2 minutes ago. So that is an update.
Sam North East will be very happy.
He will.
The score predictor is telling us 332, which they'll need to score at a run rate of 7.35. As Nathan Coulter Nile is in. Oh, hello. That climbed. It's gone for, a 1 bounce 4, maybe 2 bounce 4. That climbed on Shikhar Dhawan, and he didn't really... I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. He wasn't sure whether he was fencing it or hooking it. And it kind of top-edged, but it was away over Alex Carey, all the way down to the fence for one of these.
There's not one boy for me. I must have 2 or 3. I need 4.
Yeah, it was in the air a long time, wasn't it?
I would say it's a moral victory for the bowler, but
it was. We're having another look at this. And
he's got lucky.
It's a top edge. It was a he checked the shot, didn't he? As soon as he realised he was late on it, he checked the shot, but it still took that top edge. And very fortunate for, I would say. Coulter Nile is in. This one is a nice length ball on off stump, but Shikhar Dhawan's able to drop the bat on it. It's gone just round to where I suppose third slip would have been, and gets himself another single.
Robbie Rocks is here. Says terrible play by the Aussies playing Zampa in place of Zion this game.
Zampa in place
of Lyon, not Zion.
Oh, Nathan.
I don't know if Zion.
Zion, I thought
the heavenly Zion. No, Lyon. He wants in.
As in Nathan, Gary Lyon. Coulter Nile's in again from the Vauxhall end. This one is carved, but straight to point, where Glenn Maxwell rather theatrically. As theatrical as you can be with a ball that literally rockets straight to you. Seem to somehow make it look theatrical. He's not backward about being a showman, is he?
No, you got to entertain, haven't you?
Yeah, we have Khawaja, who is at sort of backward square. Adam Zampa is at sort of a wideish gully, I think. And this one is in from Rohit, straight again to Maxwell, who once again makes a bit of a show of a comparatively bog-standard piece of fielding. It is a dot ball though, 75 without loss. Rohit's on 31, and Shikhar Dhawan is the one who's also looking to, he's getting up towards a runner ball now. He's a 41 of 46. And that's the completion of that over, gives the real Fred another chance for a run at that tweeting backlog piece of fielding.
Well, Messi Joseph says there's a 20-minute lag, so we're going to do our best here.
Yep,
Ravi Nair says Hobbes in Leviathan describing man in state of nature claimed life of man without government would be nasty, brutish and short. So it was Hobbes, Leviathan. Nothing to do with the Dark Age. Just thought I'd mention that, says Ravi.
Okay.
Nick Martin's here. I did actually find it, I think meaning the video of Shazad on the machine yesterday.
Okay.
And who else have we got? I think I've nearly caught up, you know.
Well, actually, a lot of them are retweets and conversations. So
it's Messi again. I'm no great fan of Zampa, he says, but he has proved himself in ODIs. I'd like to see Lyon in for Coulter-Nile. 2 spinners, interesting.
I think you're
from
right.
Jez.
Messi, remind us when you're in. I'm thoroughly looking
He's coming in
forward
quite
to
soon, I
seeing
think,
it.
I'm
pretty
old
sure.
Jez.
I hope it's a day I'm on.
He also says, plus I don't rate Stoinis as a top-ranked all-rounder. Nice guy, but not quite up there. He does seem like a nice guy. I said I'd have a pint with him earlier.
Yeah.
Stoinis.
You did.
What
Well,
is
that's
it about
criteria.
Stoinis?
There's a lot of people I'd have a pint with who don't make great
is,
cricketers, but here he is. Oh, and that's beautifully ramped over Alex Carey, who made a very vain attempt, but was never going to get anywhere near it. It's a beautiful shot for 4 from Shikhar Dhawan.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, short on his first ball, just as Zampa did. And Shikhar Dhawan, it was a ramp shot from above his head. Really,
Yeah,
he just let the ball
lovely
run
shot.
onto the bat over Carey, and well, Glenn Maxwell. I'm not sure who he's applauding. He might be applauding the shot. I'm not sure he knows which side he's on. Maxwell, he's being so nice to everybody. Stoinis is in. That's a much better length ball, and it's just straight to backward point, and there is just a single taken.
This is the new baller.
All the side wants is a Marcus Stoinis. He's the solution, and all the side wants is a Marcus Stoinis. Yeah.
It reminds me of Darren Goff's long-lost Aussie cousin or something like that.
Well, he was once famously described as Alistair Cook's hillbilly cousin.
That's even better.
Visual.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was one of our tweeters called him. In comes Stoinis again. This one, takes the outside edge, and that man who's at kind of backward point, very short backward point, is Maxwell. And again, he's in the game, diving away to his right.
Yes, he's
They
really
take another
involved,
single.
isn't he?
He seems to be everywhere. He seems to be everywhere. There's 11 Glenn Maxwell seem to be fielding today. Well, actually, it can't be 11.
No.
It's not him bowling. 10 Glenn Maxwell seem to be all over the place. 80 without loss, halfway through the 16th over. How are we doing, Real Fred? Do you need more catching up time?
Yeah, a little bit. Crack de Bear says, did someone mention behind? I always try and keep up. All right.
That's how was Rohit's forward, just prods this to mid-on, no run.
Leah says,
That's Real Fred.
that reminds me of Sion, the first kosher Kolsch. Not quite sure what you mean, Leah. Sion,
okay.
when I said Zion by accident.
You did.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was a typo in the tweet.
She says Sion.
Oh,
First
okay.
kosher Kolsch. Kolsch. Isn't that a beer?
You've lost me, I'm
could be
afraid.
Grolsch.
Linux Lear.
No, that's the beer.
We're just
isn't
going
it?
to find rhyming beers now, are we?
but for something to be kosher, it would be food or drink related, would it not?
It would, yes, it would. As Stoinis is over the wicket, right arm, a little bit short, and Rohit swivels on this backward of square. Adam Zampa is the man down there up on the deep square leg boundary. And again, we'll restrict them to just a single 81 without loss.
I'm due in on Thursday, says Messi Jez.
Terrific.
Friday, Saturday and Sunday, plus all 3 finals, Tony.
I am
Should see you
also
then.
in on Thursday, so that will be
Haha.
a jolly time. I'm very much looking forward to it, I've got to say.
It's going to get messy.
It is going to get messy. In a good way. 81 without loss. Shikhar Dhawan now has got his 50 in sight. He's got 46 on 49. Rohit has 32 or 46. And Marcus Stoinis is once again in. And this is just pushed to cover by Rohit, and there's no run. So he's a well-built lad, Stoinis, isn't he? Looks like he spent some time in the gym.
Yeah.
His pecs are very pectoral.
spectrum. Large.
So, continued debate here between Ravi and Leah in particular on nasty, brutish and short and the origin, the philosophical origin.
Sounds like a firm of solicitors.
Well, maybe they should. Maybe they should do that.
I'm just heading down to the offices of Nasty, Brutish and Short to sort out my divorce settlement.
There we go. Yeah, it's going to be long, expensive, and anyway,
long, expensive and painful.
Yeah. That's in the small print. Ravi says, "Thanks for the background, Talia. You bring the final word in inverted commas. I bring my first term philosophy paper from 1985.
Oh,
God, that's a long time ago.
Well, indeed.
That philosophy paper is only slightly younger than I am.
Oh, well,
Have you still got that paper, Ravi?
If you've, while you're looking, Artaf Hossein loves Australia. Mathan says India will win. Bazem is with us, as are a number of others.
Hello,
Hanifullah Haran says I love India. Vijay Kumar Jawani says this is great, or words to that effect. Safdan Azar says India, hurrah.
Well, it is great, and these two openers have some ridiculous record, aren't they? The fourth highest opening partnership in ODI history in terms of runs made together.
Jointly, I would
They're
need to
just
double
behind
check
Greenwich
that.
and Haynes or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're here at the wicket together, it should be no surprise.
Well, they're certainly
Fred,
building
you
a
had some good
platform.
stats before from the green room. Don't I get them out?
I'm
Tell you what,
covered in
you're not one of
sausages, Jack. I couldn't even begin to think about my
Right,
own
it was
stats.
what was it? It was Darwan averages 60 in England.
Does
He
he?
does, yeah. I mean,
Wow, that's
he had a
pretty
very
good.
good Champions Trophy 2 years ago, which is obviously a lot of games in England in a row. But he did have a very good Champions Trophy, and he also seems to love a tournament.
Yeah.
Darwan.
He's a big game player.
he
Well, we're having a
is.
jinx. If you're wondering why we're ruminating on sausages and Shikhar Dhawan's love of tournaments
And philosophy.
it's because they are having a drinks break.
Ollie Mason here says, why no Hazelwood? Is he injured? It's a good question.
Oh.
I think they just didn't pick him, Ollie. And
Is he in the squad?
Talk about people being behind. Squads were announced a month ago, Ollie.
Yes.
I'm only
I don't
joking.
think we can
No,
blame
he-
that on
he-
you or my slow
No.
tweet reading.
No.
Yeah.
He's just not been picked, Hazelwood, which is interesting because
Josh Hazelwood. Yeah.
Coulton Isle seems
you
to
think
be
that-
the replacement, and
Yeah.
I've not been that impressed
I'd
with Coulton
probably
Isle's
have
bowling so far.
Hazelwood over Coulton Niles,
Mm.
but Coulton Niles got that 92, I suppose. But I don't know.
Well,
it's not what having the team, is it? Really?
That really was the innings
Yeah.
of the tournament so
Yeah.
far, wasn't it? So it's just typical Australia, isn't it? They find a tail ender,
Yeah.
a guy down the order, bowler that comes in and smashes 92.
Yeah, as I was saying about Ashton Agar before.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, if you look at the stats, a lot of these bowlers average something like 15 or
Yeah.
20, and you think, oh, they're not going to do anything. Stark's got an ODI 50,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
and Coulton Isle now a 92. So it's just a typical Aussie thing where you just think one of them will come in and do exactly that,
Yeah.
as what Coulton Isle did to the West Indies. Leah's here saying about Kolsch, just quickly. She says, yes, Kolsch is the local beer in Cologne. And the similarly named Sion to Zion tends to be the source of a lot of really bad jokes about religious dietary requirements. Okay. I was right, it was a beer.
Well, we're back live, and Coulton Isle has dropped one short, and it's hooked on the
see you
full
later.
all the way over the square leg boundary for one of these. First one of these, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Been struck by the bats. The ball pitches beyond the boundary. It's a six.
Absolutely leathered by Rohit. 63 metres. Coulton Isle's in. That was a fuller ball. And Rohit is on the drive this time, but it's straight to mid-off, and there is no run. So good comeback actually by Nathan Coulton Isle.
It was, yeah.
Dropping it short and giving Rohit time to loft that pull.
To be honest, he wouldn't have mind going for 3 if he was going to get him out like Mehdi did yesterday to
Well, he's
Roy.
gone for none for 28 from his just over in his beginning of his 4th over. He's in again to Rohit, and Rohit waits for this and guides it down to third man with all the time in the world. Beautifully played. I mean, only a single, but it was just such a controlled shot.
Yeah, nice shot, isn't it?
It's just worth enjoying the amount of time and control that he had. Score predictor now is telling us 339. So that would certainly be competitive, although I would imagine India would probably have had something a little bit more. How have some of the other scores gone at the Oval? I remember, I'll tell you in a moment, Coulter-Niles in to Shikha Dhawan this time. Shikha Dhawan is flicking this off his hip to square leg, take a single. In the very first game, when I think it was about 311, did England make?
That's right, yeah.
311.
Yeah.
311, yeah.
All the muttering was, "Ooh, they've left about 30 out there."
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
And
But it hasn't necessarily played that way, has it?
Bangladesh got 330, didn't they?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So 330 is
Yeah.
probably about par at the
Yeah.
moment for the Oval in this tournament.
And New Zealand, Bangladesh was a bit lower scoring.
Yeah.
But
In comes Nathan Coulter-Nile. Rohit once again waits for it, but Glenn Maxwell, as ever, he's just a human jack in the box, isn't he?
it really is everywhere.
He was at point there, and not only did it came straight through him, but he decided to run and take it to the bowler himself to give him a chance to make sure the camera followed
Yeah,
him.
he needs some camera
Yeah.
time, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's full of action, isn't he? Fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
He's-
The big show.
He cannot be not involved
But he-
in some capacity as in comes Coulter-Nile. Once again, Rohit waits for this. And this time, is that Aaron Finch? Yes, it is. No, it's Steve Smith. He's been very quiet. I haven't seen him much
He
in the
has,
field.
yeah.
Most of the close-ups of him have been him either spitting or dribbling out his chewing gum. But he was actually called into action in anger there. 90 without loss. Oh, you've completed 17 overs. That over from Coulter-Nile went for 9. So it's, again, just they're feathering the accelerator, I think, without really hitting it hard at the
Yep.
moment, India. You're showing me a picture. What are you
I've
showing
done
me a picture
something.
of? You've done something. Okay. Oh, you want me to fix?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I'm not sure I can do that.
I'm covered in burgers.
Gosh, what has happened here? Someone else will help you. Knuckles on IT support.
Knuckles, yeah.
Rather than give it to the ball-by-ball commentator for IT support. It's never good necessarily. Stoinis is in. And Rohit just drops the bat on that. It's away to short mid-wicket, and there's no run. Stoinis has gone for 6 runs off what is now the just 7 balls that he's bowled. We're looking at economy rates, actually, since 2015. Afghanistan are right up there as the highest, 4.37. Then India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, New Zealand. Interestingly, England and Australia
Yeah,
have
very,
the 2 worst bowling
Yeah.
economy rates. Now, we did know that about England, because England's philosophy, as we wait for Stoinis, this one is pulled away off his legs by Rohit. It's down to deep backward square. Adam Zampa, now be capped rather than headbanded, is the man to do the fielding, and will restrict them to a single. Yeah, well, England's approach, of course, and to a certain lesser extent, I think Australia's, is, whatever the other teams gets, we back ourselves.
Yeah,
to
we're
get more.
gonna bat. We're gonna rely on our bat.
And even for a while, Bangladesh looked nicely in the game. They just couldn't keep up with the run rate.
Yeah, that's it kept. You could just see every
And it was
every
only-
few overs it kept getting higher.
It was
and
only as the
higher and
pressure
higher.
built and built and built that the
Yeah.
wicket started to fall. In comes Stoinis, that's short and wide, and Shikha Dhawan just strokes this away. But there is a man at deep cover. It's not our friend Glenn Maxwell again, is it? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. I think
Coulter-Niles,
it's
isn't it?
Nathan Coulter-Nile. I just assumed it probably was Maxwell, the man with the ability to be everywhere. It's his superpower. It's a lovely shot by Shikha Dhawan. Just stroked again. It wasn't really no effort as such. It was just all about timing and letting the ball hit the bat.
Need to get this 50.
He's on 49.
Yeah, need to get this 50 lined up.
Yeah, so he could well do that. Oh, that's a full toss. He's looking for the slower ball. Was
there we go.
Marcus Stoinis, but the 50 is up. It goes straight to mid-off. They take a single. Hats off to Shikha Dhawan. His bat is aloft, and he's got 50. And Virat Kohli is rampantly applauding in the Indian dressing room.
50 runs, your 50 runs. Well done, well done, well done, well done. 50 runs, your 50 runs. The job is only just begun.
And Knuckle is here to stop Real Fred sabotaging every single piece of technology at his disposal.
He's just done a brilliant piece of technical wizardry, which is close the laptop and open it again.
If in doubt. This is worked away backward a square. They look for 2 actually, and by Rohit just tickled that away round the corner. And they thought about it and decided against it. So it'll bring the man who's just made 50, Shikha Dhawan. Wasn't that one of our bets, Knuckle? Remind me, did we have back? Yes, it was. Big thumbs up from Knuckle. What were the other 2 elements of that? Can you remember? India to win. Shikhar Dhawan to get 50.
Two.
Mitchell Starc, 2 on wickets.
It's
Well,
easy.
if you went for that one,
We're in the money.
well, we're not yet, but
No.
the first leg
Yeah.
of that trio was at 7 to 1. So